3, 2, 1.
Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular, mystery reading number 1055. My name is Elizabeth, and before getting into this reading, if you are a recurring viewer, you enjoy my work, and you would like to help support it, you can do so by sticking around and hitting that subscribe button down below, and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. And if you do feel called to subscribe and stick around, welcome. And thank you very much for your support as well as your presence during this reading. Starting with interpreting the number 1055. The number 1 is about your intuition. Trusting yourself, and sometimes believing in yourself and your strength, what you are capable of, and what is possible for you. You could be feeling called or guided in a certain direction. You could feel very spiritually in tune. And if you don't, either way, I feel called to mention that your intuition, your gut, is quiet, and your fear, your anxiety, is loud. You could be dealing with something that is creating anxiety, but are you really unsafe? Or are you stronger and more capable than you give yourself credit for? I think that you are more strong and capable than you think you are. I almost wanted to say more credible. Maybe you're concerned about what you know being questioned, your credibility being questioned. The number 0 can be about noticing patterns or recurring themes in the way that you think, feel, believe, or live. Maybe you're noticing patterns in the kinds of opportunities that you receive or what happens in your relationships. This feels like it could be a call for you to pay attention, to understand what these patterns and recurring themes mean. What do these signs mean? Reoccurring signs or patterns that feel like signals. Your intuition could definitely be picking up on something. Another way that the 0 is interpreted, from my perspective, is a reminder to know when to put yourself first, when to choose yourself, when to respect yourself. I feel that that is an important thing to know or to consider when you're managing or juggling multiple journeys or relationships. If you need to come first, don't hesitate to do so, to respect that. The number 5, there are 2 5s, so this one feels more significant than the 1 or the 0. They're still important though. Number 5 is about change and a transformation. Maybe there are significant new perspectives you're gaining, new feelings you're feeling, new beliefs that are forming. Maybe you're making decisions in a way that is different than what it used to be. Especially if you are learning how to put yourself first when you need to. And that's okay. Maybe there are changes in your reality that you are facing and dealing with. I really feel this message about having confidence in your decisions, especially when it comes to choosing yourself. Moving forward with confidence. It's okay to question yourself too, but if you feel like you're truly doing the right thing, don't dwell on the self-doubt. This feels like a message to stand firm and to stand tall and keep your head up, no matter what happens. I feel like the work that you are doing on yourself really means something. And I think that it's important for you to acknowledge and respect that. That it means something, that it's not meaningless just because others don't see the meaning, the reason, the worth in what you're doing. Yeah. Maybe there have been some relationships or situations that you've had to let go, that you are letting go or will have to let go, that was or will be difficult. But don't let that scare you from moving forward with integrity and self-respect. Adding up these numbers, 1 plus 0 is 1, plus 5 is 6, plus another 5 is 11. For some reason lately, the number 11, it always reminds me of the Justice card. It didn't used to, but now I just feel so strongly connected to that idea. Maybe it'll fade away one day. But, I mean, the number 11 is on the Justice card, but I feel like that's exactly what you are seeking. And you deserve to make the decisions, take the steps that you need to take to get the justice, the fairness, the equality, the reciprocity that you deserve. 1 plus 1 is 2, and the number 2 can be about a lot of different things. The first thing, it can be confirmation of a significant relationship or situation, or many relationships or situations on your mind that you have been reflecting on while watching this reading. It can be about your choices and prioritizing what means the most to you. I definitely feel like that's what this is about here. I mean, all of it could resonate, honestly, because the next one is also about creating peace and balance within yourself. I feel like you are making choices to protect your peace and to create a life, a reality, relationships that support and protect your peace too. And I think that this video is here to confirm that you really are on the right track. It can be easy to doubt yourself if you feel like you're standing alone, but energetically, you're definitely not standing alone. There are plenty of people out in the world who know what you're doing. They understand it because they are doing it too. You don't need validation to keep moving forward in a way that feels true and honest to you. And if you're wrong, you'll find out, and you can learn and grow from that, and that'll be okay. For the rest of this reading, this video, I'm going to be using these cards, these runes, and these fortune slips up here to read deeper into the energy and better understand, get more details about the messages related to the number 1055. Trusting yourself, believing in yourself, knowing when to put yourself first, paying attention to the signs, and embracing positive change, whether it's coming from within, outside of you, or both. I really do support you in this journey that you're doing. It takes a lot of strength and patience. It takes a lot of patience, at least in my personal experience. But yeah, I will only pull a couple of cards from these playing cards here. I'm going to move these out of the way so I can go ahead and pull these cards. I just saw the number 122 on the timer, which is an awesome message or sign to come through for a reading like this. That number is about change starting with you. If you feel a sense of purpose in what you're doing, you can definitely trust it, because this is definitely bigger than you. First card that I have is the Five of Hearts, and it says understanding. This is also reflective of the Five of Cups in tarot, if you didn't already know. The Five of Cups is about loss. Seems like this card is reflecting the choice to move forward from that loss with understanding, whether it's for yourself, another person, the universe, just acceptance, moving forward with acceptance. This is either confirmation of what you've already been doing or guidance to find closure, to learn from this. Especially if you are, your healing journey and your spiritual journey are kind of running alongside each other, if not intertwined. I really think you can learn some very interesting things when you focus on acceptance. This could be guidance or confirmation for you to find acceptance for what you can't control, what you don't have. And I know it's very frustrating, and it's hard to not question your worth. But really, how willing are you to be compassionate with yourself? What are you going to do with your will here? Your free will. Your choices are yours. You can do whatever you want. Of course, there's limits, because, we can only do so much. But focus on what you can control, what you do have, where you can go. That's where freedom truly lies, in my opinion. Next I have the Eight of Clubs, which is the Eight of Wands, I believe. Yeah, this is in reverse. It says patient. Upright, it says movement, strong desire, reckless. Forgot to talk about the number 5 here. Very interesting. That's 3 5s. So if you do see 555, of course, interpret it in the way that you feel called to. But also consider the idea of change and transformation. It could be confirmation or guidance. Pay attention to what's happening around you, what you're feeling, thinking, and maybe even believing in the moment. Whenever you see 555, if you do. The number 8 is about loss, and trusting that whatever is lost will be replaced. I'm not even kidding. So it's very clear here that you have lost people or had to walk away from situations because of how you're changing as a person. And it can be frustrating because it's not fair. This makes me think about talking about justice. But in a way, it is fair. It's fair to yourself to walk away from people and things that do not serve your highest well-being, that do not serve that of the collective. I want to emphasize again that you are definitely part of a journey and awakening that is bigger than you. And you don't need validation in a way that feels so personal. You know, I mean, you really can if you validate yourself, but I'm saying, like, trust what you're seeing, what you're feeling. That's what I can say. And speaking of frustration, something's definitely moving more slow here, probably than what you want. And this card is encouraging you to learn how to want to move slower. And what I mean is, instead of saying, I want this to move faster, tell yourself, I want to find the right mindset to help me be in the moment and accept things the way that they are and how they will be. You know? I'm going to move on to getting out a rune now. I just got the word equidistant because of this word distant, equal distance. It could be a situation or a person, like, there's a repelling type of feeling here. On neither side is there the desire to be connected. I'm not sure why that's coming through. I'll let you interpret that, process that, however you will, if it does resonate. Okay. Wow. This is pretty relevant. I don't know if it's pronounced Isa or Isa. Maybe it's Isa. Isa. I'm not sure. But it is associated with the letter I. It says ice, plans on hold, and frustrations. I do get this feeling that the loss or the losses that you have been experiencing have been slowing things down for you. But like I said, this just feels like further reinforcement to focus on being present and trusting that what is lost will be replaced. You just have to stay committed to this journey of self-love and trust that it will pay off. I really don't see or feel how it wouldn't. I mean, unless there are forces outside of our control that happen for certain reasons that we may or may not know, I believe that choosing self-love over self-hate is going to get us what we want in life. We just have to learn how to say no to temptation and distractions and to be committed to ourselves, what we deserve, individually and collectively. Let's go ahead and get one of the fortune slips too. Okay. Interesting. It says you will have, a new exciting business adventure. Talk about what is lost paying off. Feels like things could pay off for you in a financial, autonomous kind of way. Maybe you want to be an entrepreneur or your own boss, and that it's very much possible for you if you stay aligned with the path that you're currently on. It seems that this fortune slip here is very specific to business or money. Maybe you're also going to find a better job. But only take it if it resonates. However it does for you. Overall, I'm just really feeling that there's a heavy feeling of loss, frustration, disappointment. But make sure you're, stay focused on being patient, working hard, having faith and trust in your path, your potential, and what is possible. Actually, I know that this is an eye up here, but it kind of looks like the number 1. And we did talk about how the number 1 is about trusting yourself. And the spot where your third eye chakra is supposed to be, I believe, was itching on my face. What do you really see in the future? I am getting reminded of whenever I said, what do you see? Or trust what you see and what you feel, and how you don't need validation. And I wanted to say, I didn't mention it, I should have, but when it comes to seeing, it doesn't have to just be with your own eyes. It can be your third eye, your intuition. What is your intuition telling you? I think you should really, 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 really pay attention to that and make sure that it's not your fear trying to just limit you and have a negative impact on your perspective, your mindset, your feelings, your beliefs in a way that distracts you from what you truly feel, what your gut is telling you.